Brian and Lance.
All right. We're live from 304 Studios in Jonesboro, Arkansas. This is a STSPod.club production. I'm BT, and you see this guy over here. You see over here. Yeah, this guy over here. He only has 3 friends. He really does. It's me. His other friend is stirring the shiznit all the time about that cornbread bullshit. Some kind of Dunkin' Donuts, cornbread, muffin, donut bullshit.
Cake. It's just cake.
And his other friend actually messaged me and him, and he had mapped out the distance between his house and my house.
That's creepy.
515 miles.
Creepy.
Creepy? Is that creepy? Nah. Yeah. No, not at all. And he is from Chicago, the home of WNBA World Champions, the Chicago Sky, Snark of Excellence, my partner in crime. He is my friend, Lance Levine.
One of my 3 friends over there, Brian Trammell. So I am in the Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew studios. You know that because
I forgot about that. Yeah,
that is some good stuff. So we're happy to have Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew studios today because they're sponsoring us.
Very good, very good. If you guys want to try something different, different, very good. I like it.
Tasty. It's like a lime Mountain Dew, but with that, it has that weird bite at the end and the aftertaste. Like our friend, shout out to Kirby, the ring announcer, for noticing that. It has that really cool aftertaste where it's not like peppery hot or cinnamon hot. It's just a really unique flavor. So go out and try it because there's
before you start talking, because we've had a fun week so far. But let me tell you, if you want to get tickets, 7 p.m. That's 7 p.m. tomorrow. Mm-hmm. The New York Liberty will be playing Chicago Sky right there in Chicago. Just want everybody to know that.
You can see the championship trophy if you go to Wintrust Arena where they have all the AEW shows too. So
tell us about what happened. We had Rolling into Mimpo on Saturday, but we got a very special month going on. All episodes Memphis in May. You had a record store this Monday. Tell everybody about it.
Really interesting record store featuring this guy, Mark Edgar Stewart. If you are watching on YouTube, you can see the CD that I'm holding up. So that was the CD we talked about. Since all episodes are Memphis in May, we are sponsored by Shangri-La Records this month is one of the sponsors. So I'm holding a wonderful T-shirt that they sent that will be given away as one of the prizes for this month as we spin the wheel at the end of the month or next month in the odd month, whatever the hell it is. So you'll be getting the T-shirt as well as 3 of the CDs that I'll be reviewing for the record store this month. So the first one we did was Monday was the Mark Edgar Stewart album. And it was a lot of fun because he actually responded back when we put it out.
Yes.
He responded back. And so that has much increased the downloads, and so we're getting a lot of buzz on that album. So check it out.
Thanks to DRO for that. He actually sent it to Mark. Him and Mark are buddies on Facebook, and he's seen him live a couple of times. So we do appreciate that. Thanks a lot, man.
So I will say, even though that Mark Edgar Stewart isn't necessarily my kind of music, he seems like a really good guy, and it was a fun album to review. So listen to that.
Not only the stuff that you got
on
from
the
them.
network.
We got a bunch of Memphis wrestling stuff, T-shirts and photos and trading cards, a DVD. I don't even have everything listed yet, so it's a big bundle. All you have to do is join Patreon, and if you join right now in May, you'll get 2 spins.
And it is sponsored by Shangri-La Records. That's what
Thank you. All the live feeds.
Thank you to them for sending us all this cool stuff. And so, you're going to win, and there's even more Memphis stuff. If you're a music fan too, listen to the show, check that out, and you can win. So sign up for the Patreon.
All right, let me get some business. We always do business on WTF. First of all, I do apologize for taking so long. I had some stuff go on in my shoot life. Let me say shoot life. So I had to take some time. And then, it's me and Lance, we actually do have jobs. So sometimes we have to work and stuff like that. So
you mean this isn't our job? This is not our jobs.
Oh man, I wish 95%.
If only.
We were ahead 95% from April of 2021. Right now, we are 123% overall from last year. Here's a number I want to talk to you about listens, Lance, and this kind of puts it in perspective of what me and you've been doing for the last 6 years. Okay, so take 2017, 2018.
Getting a calculator.
2019, 2020, all the way up to April in 2020, April the 16th, and you have as many listens as we have so far this year.
Holy cow. That does put it in perspective. So that's awesome. So thank you guys for downloading all those shows.
Oh, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's I cannot explain. I'm just sometimes I feel like we're oh my God, I tell Lance all the time, something's big fixed. I don't know. To me, it's like, just keep on this. I'm happy right now. So the top 3 episodes had nothing to do with Memphis. Last month was 565. That was the April 1st special. 568. You're not going to believe this. That was WTF. They're number 2 this week. Number 3. And this is a very popular episode. It is the 567. That would be our Mania episode. Nice. And it does very well every year. And
the Mania takeaways.
And we talked about this. And the way we do this is I always try to keep us, because there is an organization that does Memphis in May. So I try not to say this, but I want everyone to know all episodes is Memphis in May. And we'll have Justin Cole. The Posse's playing Shiznitter. Oh, that should be fun.
Oh,
Cool
boy.
Kids Countdown with Dustin Starr. The debut of a Patreon show, Best of the Best with Austin Lane. It's a watch-along. We'll be doing WrestleMania 25 with Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker, and we're going to tear it apart psychology-wise. We're not going to say whether it was good or not because we know it was good. We're just going to tell them psychology-wise what you do. Missouri Renegade is returning, and we have the Young Goats. So I'm really excited about everybody for May. We always do this. This is our 5th annual Memphis in May. So, hey,
all
man.
Episodes.
All episodes. Yeah. By the way, let's get started. We have 10 things right here from last month, and then we'll have unhonorable mentions coming up also.
The WTF news desk. So we are sending it back to the news desk for the top 10 weird stories for the month of April. So we're going to start at number 10, where we normally start, with the stipulation match. And DDT comes through once again. And I got to say, this was a cool ass match. So normally we make fun of these things, and we will be making fun of it. But still, I think it was a really cool thing. So it's the DDT Caminado Railway Train Pro Wrestling card from April 2nd of 2022, which had 32 passengers and or fans. So what was that? I don't know. There was some Ibushi thing flashed on my screen there. So anyway,
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm going to interrupt you just real quick. We just got this. This will be for next month. Let me tell you, there's been a hell of a Ibushi story going on today. And it'll be on the May WTF when we give away all that big prizes. But let me tell you, we got a full email from one of our correspondents. A Facebook
breaking news.
Go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
All right.
Brother.
So back to the Caminado Railway Train Pro Wrestling card. So 32 passengers and or fans. So DDT, I do a lot of research for these things. DDT had done a lot of weird, like on location stuff in the month of April. Yeah.
Weird and DDT? Wow.
But weird, yeah, that's automatic. But they were out in the field doing shit outside. So, but this one sounded really cool. So what it was a Rumble match on a moving commuter train. Falls count anywhere. So literally guys fighting on a moving passenger train. So the train was going around Chiba, the city of Chiba, making stops. And basically 2 guys would get on the train at each stop and the match would continue on the train.
I love this.
This is such a cool concept. So anyway, at one station, so one guy got pushed off the train. He got eliminated by getting pushed off the train. I'm sure the train wasn't going too quickly. 2 guys were fighting already at their station. They get in the train fighting. So they just continue fighting. At one station, they stop at a station. Everybody gets off and starts fighting outside for about 13 minutes. And then they all get back on the train. The train moves again. One guy runs into the train and knocks himself out, so he doesn't get on the train, so he doesn't participate in the match. One guy was sleeping at the train station, and they just left him there, so he didn't get to participate. And then at the final station, they got, I think it was 13 stops. Final station, a ring was set up where they finished the match. So two guys were still fighting on the train. The doors closed, the train took off, so they were out of the match. So it ended up being Hiroshi Yamato pinning Kazuki Harada in 66 minutes to win the match. So I think a really cool concept. They're fighting on the train as it's moving. So that is our stip match for the month of April.
Absolutely love it. I love listening to DDT. I thought, as you were saying this, all I could think about is the Big Bang Theory. I don't know why. But
always got to ruin it. Always got to ruin it with that bullshit.
Sheldon's a trained person.
Oh,
he would have loved this match. Okay. Sheldon would have loved this match.
You and the other 6 fans.
I love the way that people do what?
You and the other 6 fans of Big
Oh,
Bang
you're
Theory.
wrong about that.
I know.
You need to look at their ratings.
I know. It's wishful
but
thinking.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where what makes them do it is what I want to get that out of my mouth. What's making them come up with this? They're just all sitting around. They used to talk about Kevin Sullivan would come up with 10 ideas and you only use one of them. I think it's one of those guys where they come up with 10 ideas and they use them all.
All 10, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all 10 of them. So it just fun stuff. This would have sounded really fun. It would be funny to put in. And also I could think about, after thinking about the train, was the Benny Hill theme. This would have been really good with the Benny Hill theme in the background. So.
Yeah.
All right. Number 9.
It probably was. So, all right. Number 9, we have Killer and Scarlett married on a glacier, not Ray Lloyd. We want to make that clear. They were not married on Ray Lloyd.
Oh, I got confused there for a second.
So, April 16th, Killer Cross, Karrion Kross, Kevin Kezar, or however you pronounce his name, Kezar, whatever, marries Scarlett Boudreaux, whatever, her real name, Elizabeth Chihala.
We call her Elizabeth. We call her
we call her the Smoke Show based on what they called her on Impact. They used to call her the Smoke Show. So so these two lovebirds get married on an Alaskan glacier. So they're taken by helicopter to the site. There were a few other people there. They shot video. It aired on YouTube. It was 6 boring minutes that, just like any other wedding where it's people that you don't know who they are.
Man, you're a heartless fuck.
No, I'm just saying.
You're heartless.
No,
it was
if you don't know these people,
more just like any other wedding.
It was, because if you don't know who they are, they're not family members. You don't particularly
You usually go to a wedding to people that you know, or the date that you're going.
So you care about those people. But this was just like, when I say boring, it was just like a mundane wedding. It was just like any other wedding. It just happened to be
they're on a fucking glacier.
Right, how can on a fucking glacier. Mundane? No, that's what I'm saying. They executed a normal wedding with vows and the kiss the bride. And
they were supposed to shoot rockets in the air, y'all. Come on, what am I thinking?
They're on a glacier. It's freezing cold. There's ice and snow
everywhere.
I
thought it was awesome. I'm booing Lance.
I'm just saying it was just a
old man already at number 9.
Weird
grumpy old man at number 9.
So WTF News Desk wishes them many happy years of wedded bliss.
Yes, we do.
So that's what we say.
I
will say, remember when I met them? I met them in Vegas for Double or Nothing, and he was super nice, and she was basically like a glacier. So there you go. So there's a connection.
That makes no damn sense whatsoever. She was cold to you.
She was. Because I wasn't, you know what? I said it before. I was not the typical male fan fawning all over her. I actually wanted to talk to him.
Fawning over him.
I thought he was a cool character. He played a great heel. This was when he was in Impact, just playing a great role, great character.
You did say something right there. I want to tell you. You said you're not the typical fan. That's true, because nobody that I know watches 12 hours of wrestling every week. So there we go.
Every week. There's people that watch more than me, so there you go. So,
I thought it was sweet. Come on, let me talk about it. I thought it was sweet. It kind of made me a little tear come my eye. I think I forgot my crazy pill that day. That's possible. That's possible. I forgot my pill. But I thought the video was beautiful, and it just I thought it was awesome. So go ahead, number 8.
All right, number 8 is Big Daddy Cool versus Jack Sparrow. So it's the ugly case of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard in Fairfax, Virginia. So you've heard about this. This has been on all the TMZs and all the gossip shows. So Johnny Depp is suing his ex for $50 million for defamation. She claims that he's abusive. He was a substance abuser. He denies it. He says it's all slander. So on April 20th, 420, that's a funny thing just to say. So I'm saying 420 because that's just comedy gold right there. Just saying 420.
It's so funny.
Oh, please. Anyway, so on April 20th, Kevin Nash, of all people, is looped into this whole fucking story. So Kevin Nash was in Magic Mike, the sequel. So it was called Magic Mike XXL. I'm pretty sure you saw that, right? You have it on DVD.
I did.
Yep.
The XXL, strippers. It was Kevin Nash and it was a bunch of fat guys.
And Christian, what was his name? Channing Tatum. Not Christian Tatum, Channing Tatum. So anyway, so Kevin Nash was in that movie with Amber Heard, and a picture surfaces in the trial of Heard and Kevin Nash hugging in a bar at a rap party in November of 2014. Not rap like the music, WRAP, like wrapping up the movie filming. Was she under Oz's spell? So I mean, so apparently Johnny Depp got all pissed off thinking that he was suspicious. Johnny Depp asked, why was she still at the party until 5 a.m.? So wrestling fans get on Twitter and they're sharing with movie fans because movie fans don't know who Kevin Nash is for the most part. So there's all these comments on the tweets and on the posts about he's an outsider. He's part of a wolf pack. He runs a New World Order, So there was all these funny posts from actual IWC members about Kevin Nash. So Kevin Nash entered into the evidence at the Jack Sparrow trial at number 8.
Absolutely loved it. The thing about, I'm a Johnny Depp fan. I've always liked him, thought he was cool, like his movies. But Johnny Depp, Kevin Nash, I might have to go with Kevin. I mean, big, tall, drink of water. I don't know. But Johnny's probably got a lot more money. The thing about about the trial, I got to make a note about is that me and you always talk about, well, you lie. You say you never shit your pants. And then we brought Richard on here and he talked about shitting the bed. It actually had something to do with WTF because there's a shit in the bed story, a part of that. So I was like, man, we get to bring up Kevin Nash and shit in the bed. So that's all we're going to say about that. Because
there was another clip that surfaced of some woman. I don't know who she was, but some woman on the defense or on the stand testifying, and she farted on the stand. And that like 10 million views on YouTube or whatever.
That was
and she's like, that was me. Sorry, Judge, that was me. So hilarious. So there's some great stuff. Great material.
That's what I say what I say to the wife all the time. That was me. So that the dog doesn't get blamed for it.
That's right. All right. At number 7, we got Liv Morgan's catfish caper. So Liv Morgan, 27, issues a warning to fans to be careful online that a fan of hers has lost everything in a scam. So this is on April 16th. Liv reveals that a fan of hers has sold his home and lost everything he had to send money to help her. But obviously it was a fake account. It was not her.
So sad.
There is some cottage industry of these scumbags posing as Liv Morgan and duping the marks out of their money. So her real name, Gianna Danio.
You don't have to say it. You don't have to be like Meltzer to say her real name for 3 pages, and I have no idea who you're talking about. So
2.5 million followers. So that's how many people she has following her. So this one guy sold his house and lost everything he owned to send her money. So in response, I say, send me money. I'm John Cena and I'm broke. I need money. So send me money. Join our Patreon because I need money. I am John Cena. So there you go. So Liv Morgan's catfish at number 7.
Oh man, you sent the numbers like you always do. We talk about I send you stuff, you pretty much author this, and then it says Liv Morgan's catfish caper, and I'm hungry right now, so all I can think about is catfish. But then, I am a huge fan of Catfish, the TV show. Some of my favorite things on it is that they've catfished people for saying they were fat. They would catfish them for a year and a half because at some party they said they were fat. This right here goes to a different, because what they're doing is they're using that to get all the money. But the weird thing we find out about Catfish with Liv Morgan is that they actually are fans. It doesn't have to do with they just picked some celebrity and started. This is her fans. And I think them girls in WWE have some of the craziest fucking people following them. I mean, it's beyond. I know we hear stories all the time, and you and I also always ask, what's the weirdest fans you ever dealt with, especially when we're talking to a girl. And we've heard all kinds of stuff. But man, it's just what they got a lot of money from this guy. So I think they should do. We'll contribute if they do a
PT Barnum. PT
Right.
Barnum. There's a sucker born every minute. You know?
I
mean, it's like I think that, you know, and this is so like fundamental. Wrestling has taught me don't trust anyone. You know, you can go back to the Steve Austin as that was one of his catchphrases and stuff, but wrestling has I guess ultra sensitized me to not trust anyone. And so when I get like, you know, we all get those stupid emails about the Nigerian prince and the bullshit like that, but now I just don't trust anybody. I know not to click. Don't click any link about anything in any email at this point. You know, so
anybody that does a con understands the word mark. It's either a short con or it's a long con. This apparently was a long con, getting a lot of money out of it. Just
are you allowed to say mark on the broadcast?
Oh, man, I still say everything Dave don't like me saying.
I'm just saying. I just want to be careful with that. I don't want to get bleeped. I don't want to get canceled because you used the word mark. So, all right, number 6, we have WWE women are told to dress sexy. And also, Ember Moon is not, I repeat, not Mandy Rose. So we have an Athena interview with our old friend, Chris Van Vliet. I need to mention Van Vliet. Vliet. Yes, Van Vliet. So Chris Van Vliet interviews on April, nobody knows what that means. So on April 28th, Chris Van Vliet interviews Athena, who I am a huge fan of. I think.
By the way, he's a handsome man. By the way, he's a handsome man.
I wouldn't know about that. I don't particularly care, but I know Athena is a nice-looking lady and a good wrestler. So anyway, he interviews her about her WWE days, and one of the lines she said is, "We would have to sit through stupid meetings about how we'd have to dress sexy. I'm not about to wear." This is where you come in. I'm not about to wear fishnet booty, butt cheek shorts to dress like Mandy Rose.
I wear them all the time.
There you go. On the weekends, at least. So I was loving that quote. And then she backpedals immediately and says, Mandy is an absolutely phenomenal person and an amazing person, but not everyone is Mandy Rose. So I thought it was funny how she kind of reeled it back in because she realized like, oh, that was kind of insulting to Mandy Rose. So let me pull that back. So she says it all went downhill at NXT when H3 left, or Trips as we call them. What are we insiders? What should we call them? Trips or
Trips?
H3?
Yeah.
Trips.
Yeah.
Okay. So she says it all went downhill when Trips left. I like her a lot, but is this news that they make the women dress sexier in WWE? I'm pretty sure
it is news in 2022. For some reason, we don't want women to look
has
pretty.
Their women dressed that way. I mean, Stardom has women dressed that way. Shimmer has women dressed that way. I think it's pretty run of the mill in a cosmetic industry where the men and the women are showing off their bodies. I don't know that that's breaking news that the women are told to dress sexy. So that's
they made a big deal about it all over the internet. It was a big deal. I was, oh my God, how dare them? They got mad at Meltzer one time when he said something about Charlotte in either her face or that's one of the cool kids countdowns that Lance won't do with me. So plastic surgery. But guess what? Women in WWE and all promotions, as Lance said, dress sexy. They really do. There's almost half of them you can see most of their ass. And what pisses me off is they expect the guys to have no shirt on, and these girls, they have to wear a shirt or something on, on the top. What is up with that? That's bullshit. That's what makes me mad. That is
discrimination right there. I don't like
Okay. If you are listening to the main feed, we're going to do a commercial break. If you're watching it on, YouTube or anywhere on Cool Kids Group or Shoot the Shit.net, anywhere there, will you just give us a couple seconds? We'll start right back up. And if you're listening on Patreon, you get rest of the show plus the honorable mentions. All right, we're back from a commercial break. Wasn't that quick and easy right there? Thanks to our sponsors. And thanks painless. To who are you going to thank?
Shangri-La Records. We're thanking Shangri-La Records.
Yeah. They are sponsoring every stream that we do. And also the commercials on every episode this month. We thank you. Real quick, we mentioned a little bit, but me and Austin Lane, Best of the Best, we got a new Patreon show coming. Only $5, guys. A real quick shout out. We got 2 new listeners from right here in Northeast Arkansas, Olivia and her husband, Sean. Thank you for listening, man. I even heard some compliments about myself, not just Lance. So
What?
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Also, a shout out to remember, join Patreon. Shout out to all new Patreon members. I'm kayfabing you guys because I don't think you want your name mentioned. So really cool. If you do want your name mentioned, I have no problem putting you up. But thank y'all for contributing. We really do.
Are they
and
insiders?
Lance,
is that what it is? They're insiders. It sounds
insiders.
Like.
They
yeah.
are. Lance, because of Cool Kids Wrestling and MMA Group, we've got 2 new shirts coming by this weekend. It is the Neck Beard Nation shirt, and also Unhappy Basement Dwelling Chronic Masturbating Idiot. You get your shirts. Get them now. Get them this weekend. And we're not bullshitting. I will have them ready by the weekend.
I can't wait.
All right.
I'm going to wear those to my next wrestling show that I go to, whether it's AEW or Warrior or whatever.
Probably will. I can't get you to wear your damn T-shirt
for
your podcast, but you'll wear that.
I'll wear. I will wear that. Yeah, for sure.
Motherfucking head.
So, all right.
Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right. So at 5, it is smut, as we always talk about. So no, it's not pornography. It's social media uproar time. So this month's battles are Rosemary versus Dave Meltzer, which was a delightful one, and then Chelsea Green versus Twitter. So the whole Rosemary thing started with Becky Lynch actually posting that WWE women are better than AEW women, basically. There was more to it, but that was the basic, thought behind it. So a fan responds that Impact women are better altogether. And that's when Dave jumps in and Meltzer says that Stardom has the best women's division of them all. So that triggers Rosemary then, this is like one of my favorite tweets of all time, triggers Rosemary to say, Japan isn't going to fuck you, Dave. Chill out, smiley face. And Dave blocked her. So this is so delicious.
I love it.
All of
I
this.
love it.
Japan is not going to fuck you, Dave. So just amazing. Just love that exchange between Rosemary and Dave Meltzer. So then we have Chelsea Green, who is a heel. We have to keep reiterating that. On April 26th, Twitter suspends her twice for posting pictures of herself in a bikini, which they declare that it is a violation of adult content rules. I'm like,
wait, on Twitter?
Bikini.
All you got to do is look up. You can see any porn on. They sticking.
There's all kinds of porn on Twitter.
A whole cup up their ass.
Happening. She's in a bikini. So her quote is, yes, my ass is definitely grounds for reporting. So she wonders, why are they not going after people who attack her on Twitter and say nasty shit to her, as opposed to suspending her for simply posting a bikini picture? So that is our smut this month. Just weird social media uproar between Rosemary and Dave Meltzer and Chelsea Green versus Twitter.
I like both of those. I thought that was hilarious. I want to tell you, I think Meltzer, we've talked about this just amongst ourselves. If you will,
us insiders.
Meltzer would be probably best if he just stayed off Twitter. He doesn't come off as like he should, and his humor. I've had someone tell me this before. A boss said, BT, people don't understand your humor, and I think that's what happens with Meltzer a lot. But Rosemary, God, that was hilarious. And I don't know if this is true, but Rosemary's probably going to make an appearance next month. She's already been on Twitter doing some other fun stuff, so excellent. I can't wait.
Looking forward to that. I'm a huge fan of Rosemary.
Me too. Me too.
I think, was it Eric or Frank? Somebody mentioned that I have like every Rosemary shirt there is because she's such a nice person. I love talking to her, and so I'm always sucked into buying the shirts. I am going to probably sell everything I own in my house to give her money, because Rosemary is asking me all the time for money. Right. Anyway, all right. Number 4 is Braun Strowman versus TK and the Dirt Sheets, and then TK versus the Bots. So we got a kind of a combo platter here. So there's a lot of paranoia in April. That's all I'm going to say. Adam Scher, whatever, however you pronounce it, Braun Strowman's real name. There you go.
Ed Scher, he has a good voice.
Adam Scher
claims, you're talking about Braun Strowman.
Strowman, yeah. He claims that since TK won't let any AEW talent appear on his cockamamie Control Your Narrative promotion with EC3, that TK must pay the dirt sheet writers. Dave gets pissed off at that term. He says, he's above all that. What he does is no different from sports and entertainment reporters. So Braun says this is the same guy that pays the dirt sheets, meaning TK. So that, they're in cahoots with each other. So then TK actually, before this, TK started the whole paranoia mess on April 8th, posting that an independent study showed that many of the anti-AEW posts are from a paid-for army of bots. Who would pay for such a wildly expensive thing? And this sets the IWC off into a civil war because he's basically not saying WWE is behind it, but that's basically what he's saying is WWE is behind all of the bots that criticize AEW shit. So you got Braun versus TK, TK versus the bots at number 4, my friend.
I wish TK would stay off too.
Tony Khan. For those of you who are not insiders, I'm sorry, we're throwing that around like, you know.
He came off really stupid with that. Braun came off really stupid with it too. I have no problem with them calling dirt sheets and calling dirt sheets ever since I can remember in the dressing rooms. So I know I can see Dave's made a living doing this. He gets offended. That's another one of those he should have just left alone. I just really don't think WWE has the time to worry about hiring a bunch of bots unless that's something that they do. If they've done it before, they're just continuing doing what they do. They've done all kinds of things. I think the reason why I don't believe it is that they've had opportunities to put pay-per-views, against these other pay-per-views of AEW like they used to do back in the day. Right. And they've done nothing. It's almost like AEW exists and it's not a big deal to them. So
isn't, that MLW lawsuit against them, there maybe plays a role in the sense that they want a secondary company to make a run of it in a sense, because it makes it look like they're not a monopoly,
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, you would want, and the thing about it is you got examples, Cody Rhodes is one example. When you go to AEW and make yourself a bigger star, then he's considered himself a bigger star. He seems like a bigger star when he comes to WWE. I don't know. I don't believe any of that stuff. I'm not as paranoid as TK is.
I mean, believe me, there's enough people out there that hate WWE that are going to write about it and rip it online. And there's enough people that hate AEW that are going to rip it online, that are legit real people that hate it. And just, they're all, tied up in the Republicans versus Democrats.
You don't need a bot.
Yeah, you don't need bots because there's enough real people that'll do it on both sides. So, all right. Number 3, they're not all funny stories. They're weird stories. So Nash Carter fired after winning the NXT titles. So April 6th, we have WWE releasing Zachary Green, a.k.a. Nash Carter of MSK. I always thought Nash Carter was what was that guy's name? Don Johnson character on sitcoms or something. But anyway, so Nash Carter is released from the MSK, and he was a member of the Rascals for domestic violence implied by his estranged wife, Kimberly, days earlier. So she had broken a silence. She posted pictures of herself all bruised up, saying she put up with his abuse for over a year, blamed it on his drinking. They are estranged. And then he started dating Gigi Dolan, who's Priscilla Kelly, who was divorced from Darby Allin. So what a tangled web this is.
Oh,
so
it's crazy, yeah.
Kimberly also releases a picture of Zachary Green dressed as Hitler from when he was 19 in 2003. So, and all of this, I mean, again, not that there's anything funny about this. It all happened days after MSK won the tag belts at Stand and Deliver, the NXT show on April 2nd. So the victim in all of this, I mean, that's a he said, she said. It's not funny. If there's domestic abuse going on, of course it's not funny. Who knows? But the victim in all of this, to me, is Wes Lee, his tag team partner, who lost not only his partner, lost the belts, lost his push, lost everything. So personally, I think the WWE release of him was more so from the Hitler thing than from the allegation. That's how I interpret it.
Yeah.
So, but just they pulled the cord immediately. But it was just the really extreme and eccentric and weird part of the story is they had literally just won their tag belts on one of the biggest NXT shows of the year. And then like 2 days later, they released the guy. So Nash Carter fired at number 3.
There's been all kinds of stuff around this story, and we have fun on this show. If there was domestic abuse, this guy should never wrestle again or should be in jail. I mean, that's this way. And we've talked about all these guys get into different things, but the whole thing with her releasing, and an ex will do anything. releasing the Hitler photos got him fired. The WWE have no way of proving unless she went to, file charges against him. He had a few people come to his defense, and he already has a date to return to wrestling. And they said that, it was her, not him, kind of thing. Same thing. This reminds me a little bit, and he did not get fired. Was Matt Riddle's story is that everyone said it was her, not him. He admitted he cheated on his wife, but it was her that was saying all the other wild, crazy things. And come to find out, that's probably what it was. I like you. I kind of feel sorry for his tag team partner. Those two guys have so much talent. I hope this is not true, and I wish the best for him.
It's an interesting thing, and I'm going to bring this up. Like, she posted pictures of her bruised, and I mean, that could be. I'm not taking sides, but that you're a wrestler, you get bruised up, and I think that was one of the things that his defense and some of the people that are on his side on this are saying. Those are just pictures from after a match or something, So, I mean, this is going to be a sticky legal case because who knows what to believe, and if it, like you said, if it is domestic violence, then let him rot. But if it's a crazy ex-wife going after, going off the deep end and charging him with things that didn't happen, it's an interesting case. It'll be interesting how it all turns out in the end. So, all right. At number 2, Tammy finally kills someone.
And we're not joking. This is not even funny. It's not even a joke.
As we predicted numerous times on this show at the WTF news team, Tamara Sitch is under investigation and now under arrest since we're recording this late. She's under arrest for her part in a car accident that caused the death of 75-year-old Julian Lassiter. So the accident happened in Ormond Beach, Florida. Tammy was driving after having 17 past DUI arrests. So she was driving her boyfriend's car. Apparently, this is the guy she attacked with scissors just a couple months ago and got charged with a terrorist act. So she crashes into a Kia so fast. She was going at such a high rate of speed. The Kia slams into the car ahead of it. Lassiter was driving the Kia and crashes into the car in front of him at a stoplight and gets killed. So the arrest shows that she was 3 times over the legal limit on toxicology as far as alcohol. The family sues her and the boyfriend, James Penty is the boyfriend's name, for $30,000. She's claiming she was doing 10 miles an hour. Witnesses say no, she was going at a high rate of speed. She's claiming that the guy, Lassiter, that died had a seizure and that he had a heart attack or something. I'm pretty sure Tammy is not a doctor. I'm not sure how she's making these leaps of faith to make this statement, but she's saying that she had a seizure. By the way, she had no license. That was one of the earlier things too, that she had no license. She was driving on DUIs and so on. She claimed that she owned the car that she crashed in, but records show that Penty owns the car, not her. So the whole thing is just a really fucked up thing. She's saying that the guy had a heart attack and died because of the heart attack and the seizure, not because of her slamming into him at a high speed. So as we warned many times on this show, Tammy finally kills someone at number 2.
I don't even know what to say. Apparently, like you said, we saw the arrest, and we'll probably talk about that. I got to talk about that a little bit next month also. But she's going to get the award this year, right?
Every month.
She's already been mentioned every month so far. I think she's going to get the what the fuckadator of 2000. We might as well just give it to her. Why don't we just go ahead? We're going to give it to her. 6 months
in, yeah, we can give it to her.
She's going to be on next month's show too. So that's 5 months where already got.
I know you already found the OnlyFans story about her. And that's what you're talking about
we'll talk about that. Yeah,
and of course, there's always that Greg Valentine, that great picture of Greg Valentine that looks just like her, right? That's
anybody that keeps using. They keep using that joke. They're hacks. That's what we call. That's what we call them in the business, hacks.
It wasn't funny the first 75 times I saw it, so it's still not funny. So Tammy at number 2. You got anything else on that before we end on a positive note?
I don't know what to say. I'm a huge Sunny fan. I always, and every time we talk about her, I say, man, I wish she'd get her life correct. She's a beautiful girl, blah, blah, blah. I try my best to think that, but she's an addict, and that's it. You got to get yourself clean and stay clean. Are you She's so lucky to be alive. I mean, her be alive, so lucky.
For sure. So, all right. So we could not end the show on a downer. So number one, our top story for April is Randy Orton is not a fan of televised penises. So we got to end it on a positive here. So the Randy Orton story is because his wife, Kim Orton, does a podcast. Can you believe this? Kim Orton does a podcast.
Everybody does a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So Kim Orton does a podcast with Giovanna Angle, Kurt Angle's wife, called The Wives of Wrestling. So this is a podcast out there. So Kim Orton reveals how uncomfortable Randy Orton is when they're trying to watch TV and there's male nudity on the screen. So she says every show.
Wait, hold on. Before we go any further, I call horse shit because Randy Orton's been in the dressing room for the last 20-something years, and he's seen more dick than anybody has.
Than you. He's even seen more than you have, which is shocking.
I've seen more than me, so that's a hell of a lot more.
So they're watching TV, and she says every show has 5 to 50 fucking penises dangling around, jumping up and down, doing like a thing. So, all right, I'm going to dissect that statement. First of all, from 5 to 50 penises is quite the range, they're dangling around, jumping up and down. I'm like, what fucking shows are you watching where penises are dangling around and jumping up and down? So she enjoys Randy's reaction and discomfort to the penises on TV. So she continues on and on about a specific show. And now we have to finish the show, to finish the episode.
Have you seen this show, Lance? Have you seen this show?
I have not seen Euphoria.
I have not seen Euphoria either, but apparently it is
plenty of.
I've heard a lot of people talk about it. Yeah.
So
HBO
Max.
Look,
our ace reporter, Brian Trammell, is going to give us the rest of the story from Kim, giving us the dramatic read of the rest of Kim's statement about Randy and the penises. So take it away, Brian.
All right,
Trammell.
Here we go. Euphoria was one. They're walking around through the locker room. They're on a football team, and everyone is like, yay, yay, dicks, flopping everywhere. We started a new show, Minx, the first or second episode. There are dicks everywhere. I go to Randy, and I go, can you imagine the casting call for that? Send in the 20 guys. Okay, drop your drawers, by the way. Drop your drawers. Jingle them for me. Jingle them for me. Jump up and down. 2, 3, 7. You stayed. Everyone else go home. Penises are funny. They're all penises are funny. They're all so different. Well, thank you very much.
One of your finest moments.
She's right about that too. They are all funny and they're also different. So there we go.
So this is the kind of gem material you will get on the Wives of Wrestling podcast. So I love the fact that Randy Orton gets uncomfortable watching TV with the wife. So
my god, yes,
you watch
that's
TV with the wife.
Horse shit. Yeah,
you're perfectly fine with that. I'm sure. So that's
all right,
it,
guys.
That's our top story.
That's it. We're going to try to be here sooner next month than later. Same bad time, same bad channel on the best little wrestling podcast. And everyone else has podcasts, but this is the best little wrestling, or something like that podcast in the business. Be there. And as everyone knows, I love my mama.
And as everyone knows, this is the episode Mark Edgar Stewart of The Record Store. Listen to that this week if you want to have fun and listen to a music show. And I have fun everywhere I go. And I was in Memphis one time, and it was a lot of fun.
One time you was in Memphis. I was there too.
It was a lot of fun.
All right, guys. Join us for Patreon for the honorable mentions. And if you don't want to join Patreon, reach out at Cash App at $BTSTS. That's it. We're going to Patreon now.